We all live in different places. There's 7 billion people in the world that live on 200 different countries. Some people live in Asia, some in Europe, South America. People live all over the place.
Each of you live in different houses or apartments in different neighborhoods. It's important to learn how to describe where you live, because some people in other parts of the world live very differently than you do. Sometimes even people in your own class live very differently than you.
Today I'm going to tell you about a place where I used to live, called Australia. It's both a continent and country, located all the way down here. Pay close attention to how I describe it, because you can learn how to describe your own neighborhood. The first question people usually ask about Australia is whether they speak English. Yes, they do. However, they have a different sort of accent or way of talking than we do. Instead of me describing it, let's listen to someone with a real Australian or Aussie accent talk to us. Hi Z, thanks for doing this interview with me.
No worries, I'm glad to help out.
So my question for you is, what's your favorite part about living in Australia?
The best part would have to be the freedom we have here in Australia. I reckon the animals and the beautiful country that we have is just wonderful. The beaches, they're sweet as, the animals, kangaroos, there's heaps of kangaroos in the outback, and they're laid back people. It's just everyone's chilled, relaxed. It's a comfortable place to live in, which makes it very, very good.
Well, sounds great, thank you. Now that you've heard a little bit of the accent, you may be wondering what kinds of people live in Australia. Well, all kinds.
G'day, mate.
Welcome to Australia.
Welcome to Australia.
G'day, mates. Welcome to Australia.
Welcome to Australia! Welcome to Australia!
Australia is similar to America in the fact that all different types of people live there. People come from all different countries and speak all different languages. Also like America, Australia has all different types of landscapes. There are deserts, forests, beaches, lakes, mountains, cities, and more. They have schools, churches, and libraries.
An interesting fact is that cars drive on the left side of the road in Australia, while in America they drive on the right side. This sometimes makes it confusing for Americans that are coming to visit.
People also travel by train quite a bit, like they do in some parts of America as well. Train is sometimes the easiest way for people to travel to work, school, or the city. There are so many unique or special things about Australia. Some famous animals from Australia are the koala and the kangaroo. Koalas are cute, furry little animals that climb trees and sleep for most of the day. Kangaroos are bigger animals, known for jumping around instead of walking. The biggest city in Australia is called Sydney. Something that Sydney is known for is a building called the Sydney Opera House. It's usually white and made to look like giant ship sails, but every year for 2 weeks in May and June, the city has something called the Vivid Festival, where buildings all over the city are lit up with colorful lights, filling the city with excitement.
Although Australia has many things that are different than America, like the accents, the animals, and the side of the road that the cars drive on, there's also many things that are the same.
Australia has many of the same restaurants as us, like McDonald's. Australia also has lots of the same food as us, although sometimes it's called something different. These cereals are called Cocoa Pops and Rice Bubbles. What do we call those same cereals in America? What about this cereal? This is called Sultana Bran. What is it called in America? Australia also has some different words for other things. They have shopping malls, for example, but instead of calling them malls, they call them shopping centers. Instead of red, green, or yellow peppers, they call these things capsicums.
In Australia, they call the back of a car the boot. What do we call it in America? Just like Australia is different than America, the way that you live is different to the way that your friends live. You have a different family than they do. You have a different house than they do. There's so much we can learn about each other's lives. Just like today I talked about life in Australia, next week you get the chance to talk about what your life is like. Talk about your family, the house that you live in, the food that you eat, the things you do for fun. Your life may not be as different as life in Australia, but it's still different than the boys and girls that are sitting next to you. This week, start paying attention to the things that make your life interesting or different than your friends' lives. Next week, you'll get the chance to tell us all about the important people and places in your life.
Hope you enjoy. Bye.
Ready, go.
Welcome to Australia!